Welcome in, friends. This week we have started coordinate graphing, and I am taking this opportunity to challenge you to a game of Battleship. If you own or have played Battleship before, then you know that that is a game designed to use a coordinate grid. Now, the coordinate grid you use in Battleship, I believe, has letters as one of the axes and numbers as the other. But nonetheless, it's still a coordinate grid. I'm challenging you to a game of Battleship this week. I'm going to send out a grid that looks just like this. It's going to be an empty grid. And I'm going to have you do a couple of things. The first is I'm going to have you label the axes. So you're going to want to use your drawing tool. And you're going to want to label the axes as a y-axis and an x-axis. Remember that your x-axis is horizontal. It's this horizontal number line. And that it is perpendicular. That means when it meets this y-axis, it forms a 90-degree angle, like this. That's what makes the lines perpendicular. And how do you remember which one is the y-axis and which one is the x-axis? Well, I told you that my trick was always, when I was your age, to think about this y as a capital Y and draw it that way so that the straight tail of the y reminded me of which axis it belonged to, because the straight tail of this y is the exact same shape as this line that runs vertically. So that's how I always remembered that this was the y-axis and this was the x. So the first thing you got to do is label these two axes. And then you draw this right angle symbol, this 90-degree angle symbol right here. And then I want you to guess where my battleship is. I am not going to include it on this diagram. Otherwise, you would know where it is. So I'm going to keep it hidden from you. But I promise that where I've hidden it, I will not change it. So after you've drawn the axis and the right angle symbol, I want you to draw a sticky note, because somewhere on this page is my battleship. It might be right here. It might be right here. It might be down here. It's somewhere on this page, and you'll have to guess where it is. How I want you to do that is I want you to attach a sticky note. And I want you to write, I think your battleship is at coordinates. And then remember to write your coordinates inside a set of parentheses and to separate them with a comma. So, for example, if you think that my battleship is at coordinate pair 3, 5, that would be this location right here. Start at your point of origin, walk down to 3 on the x-axis. Always start off with your x values first. Then walk up to y, 5. This right here is the points 3, 5. 3, comma, 5. Why? Because this is your x value, 3. You started at the point of origin and you marched down 3 units, and then you went up your y-axis, up 5 units. So you're saying, when you submit this sticky note to me, that maybe you think my battleship is at the location 3, 5. And guess what? If it is, if it's somewhere on 3, 5, I will let you know that you sunk my battleship. Okay? So put onto your sticky notes 5 guesses. I'm going to give you 5 chances to sink my battleship. Okay? And then just attach the sticky note here. So save, and then it'll show all of your coordinate pairs over here. Good luck.